So I recently did a video about the rumor. Well, it wasn't just a rumor, the urban legend. It had grown to urban legend status that Macho Man Randy Savage and a very young Stephanie McMahon may have done things together. That got me thinking just about like, well, what other urban legends are there? What other tragedies? And of course, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth intertwined in wrestling history forever. It's just the way it is. Miss Elizabeth, her death, it came as a shock to me. Like, what? How? Car accident? No, she OD'd. She OD'd. And there's some there's some shit behind that. But yeah, Miss Elizabeth. And this actually, I just saw this kind of blew my mind just now. She died. When she died, she was 42 years old. I'm older than Miss Elizabeth. That's just weird. That's just weird. So let's quickly go through this. Elizabeth Ann Hewlett, best known in professional wrestling as Miss Elizabeth, was an American professional wrestling manager, occasional professional wrestler, and professional wrestling TV announcer. She gained international fame from 85 to 92 in the WWF and from 96 to 2000 in WCW. In her role as the manager to wrestler Macho Man Randy Savage, as well as other wrestlers of that period. She was born in Frankfort, Kentucky. She graduated from Franklin County High School and the University of Kentucky with a degree in communications. So look at that. She was not just a pretty face. ICW, while working at a gym, she met Randy Poffo, who wrestled under the ring name Macho Man. They married in December 84. A lot of people don't know this. And I think I talked to somebody recently. And I said, yeah, they were married before they went into the WWF. And if I remember correctly, they divorced while they were in the WWF together. Let's see if there's a divorce. Maybe not. I might be wrong. Let's get... So they divorced in 92. So that was when they reunited. And I guess they got married on screen then? Or did they get married? Yeah. Well, they divorced after they got married on screen. So they were already married, entered the WWF, breakup and, storyline breakup, whatever the fuck. The match made in heaven, August 91. They were on the outs, I'm sure, at that point. And then they get divorced in real life. Her final WWF appearance took place at UK Rampage on April 19th, 1992. In that match, Savage pinned Shawn Michaels after Elizabeth, who had earlier been sent backstage, returned to prevent Sherry's interference on Michaels' behalf. Okay, so Savage issued a statement that was printed in WWF magazine revealing that he and Elizabeth are no longer together and thanking the fans for their support through the years. The publication of Savage's statement marked at the time a rare acknowledgement of the wrestlers' private lives for both the WWF and its flagship publication. Savage continued with the WWF for 2 more years, and in my previous video, I touched on what I think happened, why Vince McMahon blacklisted him from the WWE. Won't get into that there. Elizabeth retired from wrestling and disappeared from the spotlight for a few years. So I'm learning, just as you are, if you don't know, what happened between her WWF stint and WCW. She largely withdrew from the public eye to pursue a career in mainstream broadcasting. That's kind of weird. You're withdrawing from the public eye, but you're going to pursue a career in broadcasting. Utilizing her degree in communications from the University of Kentucky, she relocated to South Florida and transitioned to sports journalism. In 93, she resurfaced on national television as a color commentator and correspondent for ESPN, specifically covering offshore powerboat racing. Her work primarily aired under the network's motorsports anthology banner, Speed World. Throughout 93 and 95, she provided analysis and conducted pure side interviews for various sanctioned events. I didn't know that. During this period, Hewlett intentionally distanced herself from the Miss Elizabeth persona, appearing under her real name. So in late 95, she was contacted by WCW to return to the industry, leading to her debut at the Clash of the Champions in January 96. I remember that and thought, oh, okay. So here's the thing with Miss Elizabeth, and this is going to sound like a slight, and it might be. She was not good on the mic at all. Her promo skills were awful. She was just eye candy. And that complemented the Macho Man Randy Savage gimmick. That's all that was needed. She didn't have to open her mouth. It was best if she didn't open her mouth. WCW gets her. And like, what? Oh, is she going to open her mouth? Oddly enough, in WCW, she showed more charisma. She was better. So I guess that experience on ESPN, I guess, helped her. But yeah, she was involved. All these storylines. She, in September 99, Elizabeth returned to WCW television as the manager of Lex Luger. I remember that was awful. So it's not saying if they were together at that time. She took time off the road to be with Lex Luger during his recovery from a biceps injury. But does it say that they were... When did they get together? Oh, 99. So it's probably... Okay, so this time. They returned. Elizabeth became more physically involved. Blah, 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 blah. Final WCW appearance was on the May... 2000. So she left WCW, or her contract expired before WCW went under. Later career, Elizabeth was advertised to make her first wrestling appearance on television since 2000 during the World Wrestling All-Stars alongside Luger. She accompanied Luger on the tour overseas but did not appear on a single show. Elizabeth never made another wrestling appearance on television after she left WCW. That's interesting, considering we know her how she ended. Personal life. Yeah, she met... Okay, so Elizabeth... Okay, so she was married briefly to an attorney. They divorced in April 1999. Elizabeth and Lex Luger stayed together as a couple after leaving WCW in 2000. After her departure from wrestling, Hewlett began working at the front desk at Main Event Fitness in Marietta, Georgia, a gym Luger owned for years after he and Sting opened it during their wrestling heyday. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, I guess it's... On one instance, it's kind of cool. It's like good publicity for the gym. Like, hey, you know who works the front desk? You remember Elizabeth, the wrestling chick? But yet, to go from Miss Elizabeth to front desk at a gym, I can see the double edge there. On April 19th, 2003, Elizabeth was involved in a domestic dispute with Luger, who allegedly struck her in the garage of their townhome. Police found Elizabeth with 2 bruised eyes, a bump on her head, and a cut lip. Luger was charged with a misdemeanor count of battery and released on a $2,500 bond. 2 days later, Luger was arrested for driving under the influence after rear-ending another car while driving his Porsche. Luger had a 9mm Luger in his car. Elizabeth was a passenger in the vehicle and sent home. On May 1st, 2003, in Marietta, Georgia, Luger called 911 to report that Hewlett was not breathing. She did not respond to mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. She was pronounced dead, age 42. A medical examiner listed the cause of death as acute toxicity brought on by a mix of painkillers and vodka. Her death was ruled an accident. Which I do believe, like, her and Luger were just living the good life, and it caught up to her, and it definitely caught up to him. So I want to get some. So Lex Luger talks the night Miss Elizabeth died. I guess we can watch a little bit of this. See what he has to say. So this is from a year ago. I don't know. when the video was made, though.
How did the relationship between you and
So this was probably after because he I guess had a stroke, was paralyzed. I don't even fucking know. He was in bad shape. I mean, currently in bad shape.
Elizabeth start to develop?
Oh, okay. So this is recorded in
More
2003. So this is very shortly after she
workplace. I
died.
think we knew each other for years before anything besides just hello in the hallway happened, it just I always had a lot of respect for her in business and what she represented as far as women in the business, and I thought she was, of course, very attractive, and I mean she was standing right next to me talking to me. The microwave. I was heating up mashed potatoes and meatloaf in the microwave for both of us. We were watching a movie. I was gone almost that whole day. But my son's basketball tournaments, AU tournaments, and I just got home a little while before that. I was gone the whole day, and she was standing next to me 1 minute, and the next minute I thought she was asleep on the couch. And
Yeah, let me rewind a little bit.
tournaments, AU tournaments. It was just mind-boggling. I mean, she was standing right next to me talking to me. The microwave. I was heating up mashed potatoes and meatloaf in the microwave for both of us. We were watching a movie. I was gone almost that whole day. But my son's basketball tournaments, AU tournaments, and I just got home a little while before that. I was gone the whole day, and she was standing next to me 1 minute, and the next minute I thought she was asleep on the couch, and I was calling 911.
Right.
So
A lot of people. Well, I don't want you to get mad at me for saying. A lot of people said that she could have been like pills or something like that.
now there's actually I can't say this, and God's honest truth. There was no element of any kind of like drugs in her system as far as illegal drugs. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Ah, okay there, Mr. Lexi Wexy. Because what we got here, you're right, Lex. You're right. No illegal drugs are in her system. Right. I don't think he killed her. It just shit happened. It's sad.